So I have arrived in Scottsdale, 10 or 15-minute Uber ride away. Arrived at yet another Airbnb. So I thought I'd explore the local area. I'm not actually in the old town, but I'm excited to go exploring there. So I went and hung with the locals. First of all, I went to this magnificent bookshop, and was browsing historical bookshops, especially with photographs, to compare it. And turns out that actually Mum came at a very exciting time because the city grew the most and the quickest between the 50s and the 60s. Um, but unfortunately, a lot of the places that she went to, as I mentioned, are no longer. Because what they did was they knocked down all the old buildings and put up new ones, and then realized, oops, that's a bit of a mistake because then you're eradicating the history. So now what they're doing is they're going through a huge project of refurbishing the old buildings, and they're trying to preserve them. So it's doing a huge preservation project, which is good, because they've got beautiful, beautiful old buildings here, and they should be proud to keep them. Um, and very excitingly, I had an interview with a journalist from the Phoenix Times who was interested in my story and Mum's story, specifically for Phoenix, and obviously her time here. And so we sat and chatted. I could have chatted for hours. I've got to get my interview skills slightly less chatty and more succinct. But when it's funny when you're traveling on your own, when you get to speak to people, you're so excited that you just waffle on and on and on, which is what I did. I think he knew my whole history, my family's history, my DNA, my future plans, for anything, my measurements. I mean, I think he knew everything about me by the end of the interview. But I'm hoping he got a lot. And I will, of course, post details of the interview and the column he writes, so you guys can all read it. It's funny because Mum was in the paper when she was over in Phoenix. Hers was the local paper back in Huddersfield. So yeah, we're both doing the same thing. My I'm sincerely hoping this little column that I've just had the interview for will jump straight to being interviewed by Ellen DeGeneres. That's where I'm going with this, because it really does happen, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying these video diaries. More tomorrow. Tomorrow is, yep, Scottsdale, Old Town, checking it out. And I just actually wanted to go to Phoenix Little Theatre, which is where Mum went to go and see a play, which is back in downtown Phoenix. But unfortunately, there's nothing to see until the end of October, so I won't get that experience. But yep, still trying to get to everywhere Mum went, if not making up my own adventures as we go along. Um, and yes, I went to last night, when I was in this coffee shop. They had a tiki bar, and I very, very strongly wanted to go and have a drink down there, but I am keeping my pennies, my dollars, because next week I'm off to Las Vegas, and obviously, I want some money there. Maybe, you never know, I might hit the jackpot, and be able to finish this trip and do everything I want to do in style, and have a concierge carrying my luggage for me. You never know. Ellen DeGeneres. If you want to pay for that, woohoo, I'm here. Anyway, ciao for now.